Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on another great Steam sale that is live right now. A winter sale from, a publisher that I still have a lot of love for. I know Square Enix isn't at everybody's favorite developer and publisher list, but I still love a lot of the games they put out, and they've got some great deals available, so we'll highlight all of those, and we've got a couple of other deals outside of the Square Enix sale that I do want to quickly cover as well. But first of all, again, the Square Enix winter sale is live right now. A lot of great deals, and this is the whole roster of Square Enix titles that are on sale. It's literally everything. Kingdom Hearts is on sale, Nier is on sale, all the Final Fantasies are on sale, so let's go through it. The featured titles on sale, Final Fantasy XVI is 50% off for $24.99. You can get the complete edition, which I would recommend, 50% off for $34.99. I'm one of the people that loved Final Fantasy XVI, man. A lot of the divisive Final Fantasy titles I really did enjoy, however. But I also get people's criticism with Final Fantasy XVI. Yeah, the gameplay is fairly simplistic. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes. Sometimes it feels like you walk from point A to point B just to get hit with another cutscene. But I do think Final Fantasy XVI's narrative is quite strong, and I think this game is an absolute spectacle. It's got some of the best boss fights I've ever seen in a video game. Soundtrack is excellent, and I really enjoyed it. I think for this price point, it's pretty good. Not going to be for everyone. The game is pretty intensive as well. Not perfectly optimized, but I beat the entire game on PC and had a great time with it, so definitely recommend it. You got Nier Automata 60% off for $15.99. That game is an all-time classic. I often say I think it's criminal how Nier has been kind of benched as an IP by Square Enix. I don't know how you can have a success like Nier Automata and then do Nier Replicant as well, which was really good, and then the franchise just goes MIA. I know they did some mobile nonsense. I don't care about that. I'm talking about a new mainline title, but yeah. Whatever the case may be, if you have yet to play Automata, it's a phenomenal game. $16 on that is a steal. You do have the Kingdom Hearts games on sale. Still, you gotta pay an arm and a leg to get these games, but you do have the Integrum Masterpiece, which, if you're gonna buy any of the Kingdom Hearts stuff, I feel like you just get the Integrum Masterpiece just so you get everything. You get Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, you get Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and you get Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC. Essentially, buying the Integrum Masterpiece is like if you bought two of the titles and got one for free. It's actually even better than that, since 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3 are $30 a pop, and then Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 is $25. So the total value of buying them separately would be $85. Here you're paying $50, so you're saving $35. That's ridiculous. I know, guys. Pat me on the back for that second grade level math, but nonetheless, $50 is always going to be a steep price point to pay, but that's just the reality with a lot of these Square Enix titles. They charge you an arm and a leg for a lot of them, but it is what it is. Final Fantasy VII Remake is $19.99, and Rebirth is $34.99. Great games there as well. I know a lot of people have their issues with those games as well, but man, I had a great time with them, and you can get the twin pack for $49.99. Those are lengthy games, especially Rebirth. Rebirth is the really lengthy one. Remake is a little bit on the shorter side relative to a lot of JRPGs, but it's still got a good amount of content, and I've beaten both games numerous times. Rebirth only twice at this point, but yeah, 7 Remake I just beat an absurd number of times. And yeah, they're both really good games, and I would highly recommend them. The older Final Fantasies are on sale. I should give a shout to Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilise Chronicles, 20% off for $39.99. Love that game. It's got a great story, a great soundtrack, and the voice acting that they did for that game is awesome, so definitely recommend that. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD, that's $11.99. FF10 is great. X-2 isn't as bad as people make it out to be. Final Fantasy XII I really did enjoy. That's $19.99. Again, one that is still going for a hefty price point. Final Fantasy XV Episode Arden Complete Edition is $15.98, so that includes the Royal Edition and Episode Arden. It's a good amount of content. Final Fantasy XV is also another one of the super divisive Final Fantasy games. Had a lot of issues from a narrative standpoint, and it had a lot of content that was supposed to come out, ultimately get canceled, cut, and leaves the story very disjointed, which is unfortunate because there's something really good in Final Fantasy XV. You can can see that it's there, and it was an incredibly ambitious narrative, but unfortunately, it's kind of a disjointed mess in execution, so a bummer there, but yeah, still a worthwhile game. Open world is great, visuals are stunning. Even a decade later, I would still recommend Final Fantasy 15. I think it's an enjoyable game. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is 60% off for $19.99. An essential game as a part of the Final Fantasy VII universe, especially with what's going on in Rebirth. I highly recommend you to play Crisis Core. It's a good game in its own right, just keep in mind it is initially a PSP game, so just keep your expectations in line, and you'll have a pretty good time with that. Final Fantasy IX is $8.39. Final Fantasy VII OG is $4.79. I always say, FF7 OG, still very much worthwhile to play. Download that Echo S mod. That adds full voice acting, and it's quite good, and ups the visuals. It's a good time, for sure. Final Fantasy VIII is $4.79. 8 Remastered is $7.99. Final Fantasy 13, $6.39. Y'all know how I feel about that. That's one of the games that I'll go to hell and back for defending. I love Final Fantasy 13. It's literally one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time, which I know that's like always the one that people vehemently disagree on, but I loved FF13, and I did play it when I was very young. It was like the first Final Fantasy game that I think I got literally on release day, and I was playing it on release day, so excited for it, and I loved it going through it, and yeah, it's a game that I've gone back and played through numerous times. I haven't been as crazy about the sequels, because the sequels aren't as good to me, but yeah, the original is fantastic, and it's still worthwhile to go through the other games. It's just Lightning Returns I just thought was kind of a mess, but nevertheless, there you go with that. A lot of the older Final Fantasies from the Pixel remasters are on sale as well. And then there are other JRPGs on sale. Again, Nier Automata, $15.99. Replicant, $24. Octopath Traveler is on sale. Octopath Traveler 0 is $39.99. Bravely Default 2, $24. We gotta give a shout to Neo The World Ends With You, because I know it's not on sale, but they got it. I know it's on sale, but they got it buried somewhere deep in this sale. I can't even find it, but it is on sale, and it's a great game. Let me actually just pull up the price point of that, because they ain't promoting it on their page. Neo World Ends With You is $24. Neo World Ends With You is an awesome game. It's got a phenomenal soundtrack, and there you go. I just found it on the actual Square Enix page. $24 on that. The soundtrack is phenomenal. It's among the upper echelon of Square Enix soundtracks, and that says a lot, because Square Enix soundtracks are usually phenomenal. Look up the song Neo World Ends With You, Breaking Free, and a lot of you guys will just be sold based on that track alone. It's a great game. Highly recommend it. I love World Ends With You. And by the way, outside of the JRPGs, Sleeping Dogs is in fact on sale for $2.99, so definitely is worth picking up. Just Cause 3 is on sale as well. Just Cause 4 on sale, but they do have the Just Cause Complete Pack over at Humble, so you might want to check that out. But some great deals across the board from Square Enix as a part of the Square Enix Winter Sale. Definitely give those a look. And like I said, there are a couple of other deals I did want to highlight outside of the Square Enix deals. We do have Dust and Elysian Tale. That is 80% off for $2.99. That is a part of the Xbox Developer Direct sale, which I actually thought was a decent little show there. Fable looks okay. Fable looks okay. And Forza Horizon 6, oh my goodness, that looks incredible. But Dust and Elysian Tale, a throwback game here, forgotten about at this point, but man, what a wonderful art style this game has, and it's just made it age very gracefully from a visual standpoint. And I think for $2.99, it's an excellent, excellent deal. Definitely check that out. It'll be a little bit dated relative to a lot of the other Metroidvanias that you guys will play through these days, just because that genre has had so many top-level games come out that they've evolved quite a lot, and they're quite good. Dust, I wouldn't say is a blowaway game from a gameplay standpoint, but it's totally serviceable, and again, I think the presentation is so good, and at this price point, definitely worthwhile to check out. And then lastly, gotta give a Digimon game a shout, but not a Digimon story title. Digimon Survive is 84% off for $9.59. I really like this game, however, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. It is a narrative-driven visual novel, first and foremost. There is some tactics-based gameplay, but that's probably like 30% of the game, so keep that in mind. It's very much narrative first, but it's a dark narrative. And Digimon does get dark, don't get me wrong, but Survive I thought was a really dark game. Time Stranger got pretty dark as well, but yeah, Digimon Survive, $9.59 on that. Great deal there. Definitely would recommend that. But that is going to do it for me. Square Enix Publisher Sale, some great stuff there and some great deals. On top of that, with all the Square Enix games, definitely, even if you're not into JRPGs, Just Cause, Sleeping Dogs, some good stuff there. Dust and Elysian Tale, Digimon Survive, some good deals there as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.